On 12th of April 2017, troops deployed at Gasarwa arrested one Modukelu conveying logistics meant for Boko Haram terrorists. Troops found in his possession 40 motorcycle tubes, 10 clutches, 20 engine rings, 2 mobile phones, 12 wrappers, dressing mirrors, and food items. The suspect confessed to be carrying the item for Malam Kori, a Boko Haram member at Garere village. In a related development, troops deployed at Wulgo apprehended 15 Boko Haram terrorist fighters of the Mamanur faction of Boko Haram terror group who had earlier attacked troops in Chukungudu, Ausari, Malawaji, Saada, and Abaganara. The suspects, namely Muhammad Sani, also known as Mekudi, Omar Inusa, Abdul Qadir Musa, Amir of Bulankasa, Anjini Mustafa, Akura Abubakar, Bukar Kadi, Malam Mudu, Yao Idris, Ibrahim Abubakar, Abba Dugursi, Kaka Umar, Malam Jungurun, Bakari Mustafa, Bukari Abban Noina, and Alhaji Abba are still being investigated. Now to surrendered Boko Haram terrorists. It may interest you to note that some Boko Haram terrorists have willingly surrendered following a robust and aggressive patrol, as well as troops blockading of logistic replenishment for the insurgents. A total of 67 Boko Haram terrorists have so far surrendered to our troops. There are indications that there are still a good number of them out there who are willing to give up the irresponsible and criminal activities perpetrated by the Boko Haram terrorist group. I call on them today to be bold and reject the hypocrisy of Boko Haram leadership, who live in affluence, while the foot soldiers die in hunger, to surrender to any military location closest to them. I assure them of protection and safety of their lives. Details of some of the surrendered Boko Haram terrorists during the period under review are as follows. On the 15th of March 2017, 4 Boko Haram terrorist suspects from Abubakar Shekau faction escaped from Falafala village in Dikwa local government area and surrendered to troops in Manguno. On 19th April 2017, 2 Boko Haram terrorists named Nanabunu and Abrahaman Shugaba Kori surrendered to our troops at Wulgo, while on 22nd March 2017, 14-year-old Jidda Babangida, a member of the Mamanur faction, surrendered to troops in Manguno town after he escaped from Arena. On 18 April 2017, one Ali Baba, also known as Ali Hassan, aged about 15 years old from Sabonguri, also surrendered himself to civilian joint task force in Biu. On 3rd July 2017, a group of Boko Haram terrorist insurgents, numbering about 70, surrendered to Operation Lafiya Dole troops deployed in the fringes of Sambisa forest. Another group of 700 insurgents have also indicated interest to willingly surrender to own troops, and this is anticipated to materialize soon. Other occurrences. A handful of other activities took place in the theater during the period under review. These occurrences include arrests of fish smugglers. You will recall that a press statement urging the public to desist from fish smuggling activities was broadcast by the theater command due to our findings that most of the proceeds from such activities ended up in the hands of Boko Haram terrorists. On 20th April 2017, troops deployed at Cross Kawa arrested 4 suspects with 59 cartons of fish around troops' defensive location as they stealthily traverse the Ronera and Daba Masara axis heading towards Monguno. There were other arrests made around Monguno and environs during the period. However, efforts to assist verified and authenticated joining fish traders have been concluded. And that marks the resumption of fish trade in Borno State. Arrest of drug peddlers. On 24 April 2017, Malan Ibrahim Ali, aged 33, was apprehended by own troops with substance suspected to be drugs, wrapped in 28 polybags and concealed in empty sacks. Suspects have been handed over to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency after preliminary investigation. Troops also arrested 1 suspected drug dealer with 67 parcels of substances suspected to be marijuana. Arrest of suspected human traffickers. On the 16th of June 2017, 4 suspected traffickers were intercepted by troops deployed at Katarko on routine checkpoint duty. Suspect conveying 19 children minors from Potiskum to Garintuo, Bongai, Buniyadi in Gujba local government area of Yobe State, and Galara Bala in Biu, local government area of Borno State. Suspects and victims have been handed over to the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, recovery of stolen property. In the course of carrying out operations, troops recovered some property carted away by Boko Haram terrorists. On 11th of March 2017 at Atamari village along Konduga, troops rescued 2 herdsmen and recovered 1,000 heads of cattle stolen by Boko Haram terrorists. Also on 24th March 2017, troops recovered 2 Toyota pickup vans snatched by Boko Haram terrorist elements at Balanga and Kidang Kura, amongst other cases. Military efforts to contain Boko Haram terrorist logistic resupply. The recent effort by Boko Haram terrorists to bypass military checkpoints with their logistics is being curtailed through the introduction of special waybills to monitor movements of goods within the theater. The public should therefore not see these as a bottleneck, but as a security measure aimed at consolidating on the blockade on Boko Haram terrorist logistics buildup. Now to Nigerian Army Small Arms Championship. The Nigerian Army Small Arms Championship took place from 27th to 31st of March 2017 at the Nigerian Army Shooting Range in Sambisa, now renamed late Lieutenant Colonel Abu Ali Range by the Chief of Army Staff in memory of the deceased officer. Next is the Chief of Army Staff First Quarter Conference 2017. The Chief of Army Staff First Quarter Conference was held in the theater at Maiduguri from the 2 to the 4th of April 2017. The conference provided a veritable platform to take stock and evaluate, as well as project on all ongoing operational and administrative activities of the Nigerian Army in the first quarter of the year 2017. During the conference, a mobile health care facility was commissioned at Gubio by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, to provide free medical care for the inhabitants of Gubio community. In concluding this press briefing, permit me to use this platform to appreciate and commend the maritime and air components of Operation Lafiya Dole as well as other security agencies, for their untiring efforts to ensure that the insurgency is brought to an end. I also wish to remind all the good people of the Northeast, particularly here in Borno State, that we must work hand in glove as patriotic citizens, as a people with one destiny, and as a sovereign nation to win the peace. Therefore, I urge you not to relent in your support to keep the insurgents permanently defeated and never to rear its ugly head again. Our children and wives are ours. We must not allow them to be used by the Boko Haram for evil mission. Protect your family always. And to members of the fourth estate of the realm, we must all bear in mind that as a very vital element of national security, we must deny our common adversary the fuel of terrorism, which is publicity. Thank you so very much for your time.